Hey everyone, I have big news out there. I will now be heading to the United Arab Emirates on Tuesday. So Tuesday I will be bringing you information directly from United Arab Emirates. They are less than 100 miles at the narrowest point between them and Iran. They're right on the Gulf coast of the Persian Gulf. And so that is as close as as I'm comfortable getting at this point with the crisis that's happening in the Middle East. Israel saying that they will be launching an attack directly on Iranian soil, and United Arab Emirates are right there in the middle of everything going on. As I'm still in India, but I will be heading over there on Tuesday. Of course, United Arab Emirates is a airport hub for much of the Middle East, as well as you just kind of end up connecting through there anyway. So I will be connecting through, and I will be spending almost a full day on the ground in United Arab Emirates. So for those of you who pray, please do be praying for me. I hope to be getting you some firsthand good information from the ground there. And United Arab Emirates is in the middle of things. They do host the U.S. Air Force, so there are U.S. Fighter jets usually on air bases inside United Arab Emirates, UAE, of course. Then we also saw on Saturday something big happened. A ship that had just departed from the UAE was attempting to move towards the Strait of Hormuz, and it was then boarded by Iranian commandos, brought in by helicopter. They rappelled down onto the container ship and took control of the container ship at gunpoint. They then moved the ship into Iranian waters. That is now being held hostage. That was the MSC Ares. It's a Portuguese flagged container ship. MSC is a major Swiss company out there. They are saying that it is owned by an Israeli businessman, so that is the connection that Iran is claiming to Israel. So tensions are very, very high in that area. Iran has just in the last number of days blasted UAE for having a Israeli embassy in their territory, and Iran is not happy with that. Also, because the United States has aircraft in the UAE at its airbase, Iran has already said that they will strike U.S. air bases and military bases and attack U.S. soldiers directly if the United States interfered in its counterattack against Israel. The United States has indeed interfered against the missiles and drones that were coming in on the attack on Israel, and so there is expectation that Iran will launch strikes against U.S. forces, U.S. bases, and there is, like I said, a base in the UAE. So I will be stopping through there. I don't think it's too dangerous, but I just want to get you guys the best information possible, and it's not really out of my way at all. So I will be there, like I said, Tuesday, which for you guys, some of that time will be your Monday night. But I'm excited to be able to bring you guys the firsthand information of what's going on there on the ground, and also to get you some reactions, hopefully, from the folks there of what's going on, what their perspective on things are. Barring any flights getting canceled or something like that. That is the plan as of now. And we'll find out some more. The ship actually left Fujairah from the UAE. That's their big container ship port there in the UAE. And things are continuing to escalate between Israel and Iran. Like I said, Israel is going to be launching that counterattack on Iranian soil. So the question is how are they going to get there? Are they going to fly over Saudi Arabia? The question is Saudi Arabia going to give the thumbs up? If Saudi Arabia gives permission for Israel to fly through their airspace, they may become under attack themselves. So that is a concern. I don't imagine Saudi Arabia will give the thumbs up on that, but Saudi Arabia has shown itself to be a team player with Israel. Now, the United States is saying that it will not support and will actually oppose any Israeli strike on Iran. And because of that, I think that frowny face from Joe Biden will not be any pressure. Oftentimes, Saudi Arabia says yes to Israel because the United States is leaning on them. And in this case, it doesn't look like the United States will be leaning on them at all. So we will keep you up to date with the happenings over in the Middle East, and hopefully get you some exclusives on what's going on the ground. And I'm excited to see what it looks like there, and also to I have not been to the UAE, so this will be a first for me, and to give you guys good information. Let me know down in the comments if there's anything that I should be asking or looking at over in the UAE. I will try to do whatever I can while I'm there. I now have like a 23-hour layover in the UAE, so that's what I have for now. And that's what I got to work with. So, and I got to sleep at some point in that period. So, let me know down in the comments what I should be looking at. If there's anything that you guys have ideas for that I could maybe get information on from the ground there. All right, friends, thanks so much for watching and following along with the crazy adventures that we're on. I got some more information about what's going on, what has been going on here in India. If you're interested in what I've been doing here in India, I did post a video on my Bible channel talking about some of the trainings and some of the things and how they kind of went. So I'm going to post a link here at the end of the video for you to tap on and go over to the Bible channel and see that video. It's a short video, but just kind of talking you through what happened. I can't attach pictures and everything like that because the situation here in India has become much worse for Christians and believers. So we have to protect the identity of some of these folks. Maybe hopefully get you some of the stories of what happened. Some of the pastors were not able to make it to the meeting because they were stopped by authorities. A few of the folks that were able to get to the meeting actually had their Bibles confiscated because Hindus shouldn't have Bibles, even though they're not Hindu, of course, Christians. But they were deemed by the authorities and by police officers to be, they should be Hindu, and so therefore they shouldn't have Bibles. And so their Bibles were confiscated and taken from them. Some of the stories from these pastors about having their homes broken into by the police, having everything in their home taken by the police, and then the police demanding that they turn over names of other people in return for their possessions gotten back. And at least one pastor was sharing about that, how they refused. They refused to give up names of their friends and other Christian believers. And because of that, all of their worldly goods were just kept by the police. They did not give it back, and it just, I don't know, they just took it or whatever. And that's not an unusual story that we're hearing out there. We're talking about the police going in, ripping up people's homes and charging them with crimes that they may or may not be convicted of. But the fact is that, being abusively charged with these crimes so that you can't, because you have to sell everything you own in order to hire a lawyer. They're expensive, right? And just imagine having to hire criminal lawyers in order to defend yourself, and then having to deal with these accusations over years. And they drag out these court cases. You may eventually be in the right, but your life has already been destroyed. And they're using these abusive tactics to silence pastors, shut down churches, A number of the folks that we talked with, their churches have been shut down. So they're not only are they not allowed to meet in the church building, but they're not allowed to gather in groups of any larger than 5 or 6, or else the police will be called and they will be hauled away for questioning for having a meeting, an illegal meeting. Just imagine that. You can't meet in your home. You can't meet in somebody else's home. If there's more than a few people, the police will be called and you will be arrested for having illegal meetings. This is absolutely insane, and yet that's exactly what it's like here now. A number of the pastors we spoke with and listened to and the leaders of church networks had spent years in prison. So we're talking the situation here in India is pretty severe. It's a lot worse than where it was like 10 years ago when I was here before. I was very surprised to hear the level of persecution here in this country. If you are not Hindu, you are not protected. If you're not Hindu, then you're not being a proper Indian. And there's some crazy stuff going on here. So be praying for the folks here in India as well. And I will be in the UAE shortly after you see this video. And we'll hopefully be getting you videos from there relatively quickly. All right, friends, if you haven't already checked out the Bible channel, if you're interested in Bible studies, I will be restarting our weekday Bible studies. I got a whole bunch of ones that are already done over there. So if you want to check those out, there's tons of stuff on the Bible channel. But let's place up the Bible channel video of what we've been doing over here in India right there. And if you want to check out another video from this channel, up there is a video. Thanks so much for watching. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report, out.